and filled my backpack with 300 at a time. I learned networking skills in non-governmental organizations, NGOs, as a teenager, and I still think that is one of the greatest assets you can have in business. The friendships, acquaintances, and relationships I formed back then made me a better person, and took me a step further than the majority of my peers. When it was time for university, I thought of being a computer programmer like all my friends, but I was fascinated by business and still felt the spark I had experienced in childhood. Numbers didn't scare me. I find them comforting, knowing that if I listen to what the numbers say, I can rarely go wrong. So I chose to do an economics degree. At the same time, I sold rakia, a type of grape brandy from my hometown, the best in the Balkans, and became a nightclub promoter, and managed to fit in some studying. An assignment on mobile marketing gave me my next business idea. It was the mid-2000s, and nobody in the Balkans was attempting SMS marketing, so my 3 best friends and I started an SMS marketing agency. The cherry on top was when we were selected as one of the World Bank Global Innovators for 2009. This brought me a lot of nerve-wracking speaking opportunities in Brazil, India, Finland, and the Balkans. I realized that to grow, you have to step out of your comfort zone. In my final year of college, I was living my best life. Then a respected friend from my NGO days recommended me to a Dutch development organization to advise agricultural startups. I didn't know much about agriculture, but I come from 7 generations of beekeepers. So I gained my first full-time job and a ton of responsibilities. In my 3 years there, I put 4 businesses on track. Next came 3 years as head of R&D at the Macedonia office for a UK software and hardware company. I set up the Macedonia operation while learning about computer back-end and programming. I was young and energetic, eager to learn and help. I freelanced as well, plus was studying for 2 master's degrees, an MBA and a separate master's in entrepreneurship. I found myself juggling hard. I was working 4 demanding jobs at the same time, a full-time job, a freelancing side job, and with 2 master theses on the way. It comes as no surprise that by the age of 24, I was burned out. Nature always helps at these times, so I went for a walk in my family's bee field. If only I could be as productive as those bees, but also as free as they were. Introducing the bees. I am a proud 7th-generation beekeeper, and it feels like bees are part of our family. For centuries, beekeeping has been passed down the family, with the hope that my son will be the 8th generation. And yes, we do have family secrets on how to create a sweet honey. Bees take no orders, but their lives are structured so that every bee is essential to the hive and to the quality of the end product, our sweet honey. Bees are extremely intelligent, carrying out complex tasks and learning from their environment to gain rewards, but they are not selfish. They'll pass their skills on to other bees. Their communication system is also highly advanced. They understand maths and physics and know how to share their knowledge with the hive. They communicate through headbutting, jostling, and dancing. If the bees are treated humanely, they stay with the hive by choice, and if they are not satisfied with their conditions, they leave. I was desperate to fly free of my job and start my own hive, to get back the joy of my 10-year-old self trading sweets. And, as luck would have it, my freelancing gigs boomed. I knew that it was the right time to make the move. The next day, I was walking to my office, feeling my usual Monday morning depression. You know that feeling? It's like your legs want to go home of their own accord. I spotted a bee buzzing happily in a purple flower as I walked into the building, and that was the sign I needed. Within an hour, I quit my job. It wasn't perfect timing. I was getting married in 4 months, and we had taken out a loan to buy an apartment. But I learned from the bees, and so can you. The founding of BizBee Solutions.